going to be about breastfeeding and gassiness. So, did you know there may be a link between digestion, maternal digestion, and a baby's digestion? If a mom has some type of digestive weakness, that might set the baby up for gassiness, discomfort, colicky type behavior. So, the thought is that in our guts we have this semi permeable membrane, meaning certain things should pass through, certain things should not. Really, just the nutritive aspects of our food should be able to pass through, get into our bloodstream, eventually get into the milk, and make their way to baby. But if mother's gut is not as healthy as it should be, and that gut is leaky, y'all can look up what leaky gut syndrome is. Irritants that normally wouldn't be able to pass through may pass through, get into the blood, eventually get into the milk, and make their way to baby, causing digestive discomfort, gassiness. So, even some of the oldest medical papers that we have talk about how when you clean the mother's milk, you can decrease the amount of digestive discomfort in babies. So the medical papyrus from ancient Egypt, a medical papyrus from ancient Egypt called the Ebers papyrus or Ebers papyrus. I hope I'm not butchering this thing, y'all, but it's fascinating. So I wanted to give you the name so you can look into it yourself. This papyrus had a prescription about how to clean a mother's milk. And you clean a mother's milk by improving her digestion. Okay, you improve digestion, less irritants get into the body, less irritants get into the milk, baby is more comfortable overall. So I want to talk about a few things that might be helpful when it comes to decreasing gassiness in breastfed babies. So number one, I want y'all to know the most common allergies in newborns: soy, gluten, and dairy. Specifically a protein and dairy. A lot of babies, I'm not going to say a lot because not a lot of babies have true allergies, but a protein in cow's milk is what some babies have a difficult time digesting, and it can lead to a whole slew of digestive issues. Now, most moms can eat the way that they usually do and not have any severe issues that their babies seem to display from what they eat. But there are a few moms who feel like when they eat certain foods, they notice that their babies are more gassy, more uncomfortable. Not a true allergy, but more of a food sensitivity. So if you notice that every time you eat a certain food, your baby seems a bit uncomfortable afterwards, you can always try and eliminate that food for a while. Some foods and supplements that might be helpful are probiotics, okay? When mother takes probiotics, it can improve her digestion, which ultimately may help the baby to digest better. Also, chlorella. Chlorella is a blue-green algae, and we have some research that it helps to detox the body, okay? It helps to cleanse the body, but it also helps to cleanse the milk, literally cleaning the breast milk so that the baby is not getting as many allergens that might be in the milk because it's getting cleansed out by this really great food supplement. And look up chlorella. If I can find a study, I will put the links down in the description below. Dates are a super delicious fruit that a lot of moms try during labor for the first time or during their pregnancy, towards the end of their pregnancy for the first time, because it might help to shorten the duration of labor. But dates have a lot of fiber, and that's really helpful for digestion. So if mother's eating dates and it's improving her digestion, ultimately that can help the baby out. And I've heard a few moms say if their baby was constipated or anything like that, they eat a few dates and then the baby's able to go. So that's a really good one to try. It won't hurt. Okra. Okra is a food that is very fibrous. It can help mom to be regular, okay? By regular, I mean regular bowel movements. And because it is great for mom's digestion, it might also be really great for baby. Fibrous foods in general, plant-based foods, whole foods, minimizing processed foods, things like that. Foods that really help the body to function in its highest ability. Those things just are great overall for maternal nutrition, and of course, that could help with the baby. In some cultures, warming foods are said to be really great for postpartum mothers. There are some cultures, specifically Asian cultures, where they don't encourage mothers to eat anything cold after having a baby. More so warm broths, teas, things like that, which stimulate the gut, but in a good way to help improve maternal digestion. And it might help to increase, not increase, but support the baby's digestion as well. One warming food that's very common is ginger. A lot of people do ginger tea, even when they're not postpartum, but just in general, if they have any digestive issues, if they're experiencing gassiness, ginger can help to decrease gassing. And so, if a mother takes ginger tea maybe 30 minutes before she eats her food, it might help to improve her overall digestion, which can be helpful for the baby. Okay, so let's move on to some foods that might be helpful to eliminate. Foods that make mommy gassy. Two pop out: broccoli, and I'm not saying everybody has to eliminate broccoli. You will start to notice a pattern. If you start to notice every time you eat a certain food, baby's uncomfortable, that's the food that you might want to cut off for a while. So broccoli might cause gas in mommy, which could make baby gassier. Cabbage is another food that can make mommy gassy, may make baby gassy. Coffee is another culprit. Some people feel that their babies are gassy and uncomfortable after they have coffee, and that their babies are also a little jittery. And some moms can have their cup or two of coffee a day and not see any signs of discomfort in their baby. So again, everything is on an individualized level, and I am not a doctor. If you felt that your baby was not tolerating something well and you eliminated it and your baby's still having issues, you can't get to the bottom of it, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. I can't give medical advice on this channel. Everything is for just educational purposes and entertainment purposes, because learning is fun, right? But you can always talk to your healthcare provider. If you are having difficulty with this, you can book a consultation with me. I am a virtual lactation consultant. I'm an international board certified lactation consultant and a registered nurse. I am a doula. I have worked as a labor and delivery nurse for several years, and I help mothers to nourish themselves as they nurse their babies. I would love to support you on your journey, but I could not offer medical advice to you unless you were my actual client. So everything just for education. Anyway, so let's keep going. Some foods that can also be irritating are, we said broccoli, cabbage, beans in some people, especially people with digestive weakness. It can make them gassy. It can make the baby gassy. So if you are preparing beans, it's good to soak your beans overnight before you actually cook them. It might help to decrease a irritant or something in the beans that can cause a lot of moms to be irritated, cause a lot of gas and discomfort. It might help to decrease that thing. The name of it is slipping my mind at this time, but soaking your beans before you cook them can help with that. So that's about it. I hope that you found this video helpful, and it was just to highlight a little bit the link between maternal digestion and infant digestion. Improve the maternal digestion and you might see differences positive differences in your baby's overall gassiness and comfortability. And we all want babies to be nice and comfy. Nobody likes to see babies squirming, uncomfortable, hard belly, and things like that. So, I would love to support you on your lactation journey. I am a virtual consultant and I support mommies on their journeys to meet their personal breastfeeding goals, whether you're planning on exclusively breastfeeding, pumping, and I support moms through classes, prenatal classes. Being prepared before you have your baby can go such a long way and really, really help to support yourself on your journey. And I also offer one on one virtual consultations for people who may be having challenges with breastfeeding or maybe just have some questions. They want to go over some things and get just a professional perspective on their unique situation. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. Like, comment, let me know, are there any foods that you've heard of that can be helpful? Any foods that you heard of that you should stay away from? And any suggestions on future videos that you would like me to touch base on. I am striving to drop videos on every Monday. If I don't get a chance to release a video, I'm gonna do my best to go live. And yes, all right, y'all. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Till next time, be well.